This week for Design Decisions, I'm revisiting a message that I wrote earlier on in the process of starting social justice origin stories, but it remains relevant. And that message today is to remind you that wherever you are among the hard things, these stories are for you. So I'm really happy to have finally moved social justice origin stories from just a concept that was in my head and in my heart to something that people can listen to, watch, learn from, interact with, and reflect on as they see fit. I took it from an idea to something that exists outside of my own thoughts and can be shared with others. I'm really proud of that, really happy about that. Now, the road to get here was filled with a lot of starts and stops, but hey, we're moving now. And I hope you find stories that resonate with you, stories that affirm you, and stories that help you to make sense of your own experiences. I also hope you find stories that challenge you to more deeply understand the experiences of those you may not regularly consider on a daily basis, because you don't have to. Because the world's designed in ways that insulate you from considering their reality. I want you to reflect on that and see what you can do to tap into what those realities are, to get an increased awareness of what those things are that we are missing, that we are ignorant of, that we're not paying attention to. I believe reflecting on our own experiences with how systems have harmed us, and then also reflecting on the capacity that we have to harm others, the capacity, the degrees to where systems bolster us at the expense of other people, reflecting on those things simultaneously, I believe that helps us to be better helpers. It enables us to engage with a more informed understanding of the world as it actually is, and an ability to then reflect more deeply on what our contributions are, what they can be, as we go along in our journey. Whether you are joining us for the first time or you've been listening all along, just as a refresher, I started Social Justice Origin Stories because I believe in the liberatory effects of social justice education. I want social justice seekers to be supported in finding community and feeling less alone in the face of these relentlessly oppressive systems. I hope the project can be a source of support and reflection and inspiration for those who are thinking through how they can best contribute to the work, how they can best be of service, because it's real that we need everybody who can to do what it is that they can do. But I also want to acknowledge something important today. I want to acknowledge that not everyone is able to share their story right now. For various reasons, some of us may be unable to share or speak at the moment. I'm thinking of those of us doing equity work in the context where the legislative power structures have mandated the erasure of any mention of equity, having any kind of systems analysis or any acknowledgement that inequities exist for reasons other than a person's individual personal failings. Some of you may fear retaliation or the loss of your job. Perhaps you've already lost your job and are trying to navigate the many levels of insecurity that come with that loss. Those of you who are exhausted, overwhelmed by the weight of the world, experiencing loss on multiple levels. And at the same time, you may be met with the pressure to go on as if everything is normal, even as your deeply felt awareness tells you otherwise in this system that's designed to consume and extract at all costs until there's nothing left. Those of you who are experiencing moral injury or feelings of institutional betrayal as systems and organizations, even those who espouse values of equity and justice, revert to the same old oppressive practices in times of fear and uncertainty. For those of you out there for whom naming the problem has translated into you being perceived as the problem and treated as the problem, and a variety of other issues that I didn't name but that you're still experiencing right now, wherever you find yourself among the hard things, I want you to know that these stories are for you too. One important marker of healthy community is the degree to which our spaces are designed to allow us to both hold space for and express a wide variety of human emotions. I believe we should be able to let one another know that today was just a hard day, or I'm really going through a hard time right now, and I may not be able to be present in the ways that you might be used to. I believe we should be able to share those things with one another and not have that be seen as a lack of enthusiasm or commitment to whatever the larger shared goals may be, even as we navigate the realities of today. So if you're in a place where you can't move in the ways you once did as a person whose identities are under attack, or if you're choosing your own well-being for a time, if you're needing to pause and rest, I just want you to know that I see you. Your experiences are still valid, your contributions are still needed, and you're not alone. Whether you're in a position to act right now or you need to pause and recharge, know that you're part of a larger continuum of people who have been doing this thing that is bigger than each of us individually. These stories are for you too. For every person who said yes to share their story with me, there have been those who've shared, Rolando, I really want to participate. I really support what you're doing here at Social Justice Origin Stories, but I'm just not able to share right now for a variety of different reasons. My hope is that if that's you out there, or, whether we are connected or not personally, even as you listen to these, or if you've just recently discovered or come across them, if you're not in that place where you can move in the ways that you once did, you need to rest, you need to try to recharge, you need to try to regroup. These stories are for you too. And then the last thing that's foundational for me that holds it up is, just to be honest, sometimes I get tired. Sometimes I get tired. I feel disillusioned. I was just on a call recording with a friend of mine talking about the end of affirmative action and the co-option of terms like woke and how DEI is being used in a way that's being used as a pejorative now. So sometimes I get tired. It's like the same stuff we've been fighting for, our predecessors fought for, our elders fought for, we got to fight for it too in different ways. And it's fatiguing. Like the quote I used by Toni Morrison talked about racism keeps you from doing your work. We minding our business over here and somebody comes out with some study that says, oh, Black folks ain't intelligent enough. So then we go, the PhDs and the researchers go and they disprove that. And then something else comes up. And it's the real thing is anti-Blackness, and y'all need to stop being anti-Black, and I need to stop being racist and sexist and all these other things. But the way that Toni Morrison would describe the function of racism is distraction. All these things out there that keep us from having the world, the society that we say that we should have. So for folks who get tired like I do sometimes, recognizing it's okay to honor and acknowledge those feelings. I'm not going to say that what helps me all the time is helpful for others, but one thing I do find helpful is when I'm feeling disillusioned or tired or ineffective or whatever, I go back into the course of my life and I start reaching out to people who I care about, who care about me, that supported me along the way. And even the exercise of identifying folks to reach out to do interviews for this initial phase of the project was a cathartic thing. And me listing and naming folks who have been influential in my own social justice journey, and then asking them, other folks like, we need as many people as possible. Other folks like, bring them in. So when I get tired, for me, it's like going back. I have this line in my head. Sometimes we forget who we are and what we're capable of, and we need to be reminded. And so through that storytelling, it's a way to, at least a way for me, I get a lot of energy from it. This thing is hard for sure. You haven't necessarily encountered this before, but in talking to the folks that I've met across my life, I'm reminded of all the things that I thought was like the end of the world at that time. And here I am still, and then reconnecting with them too. So it's not just me sharing about myself, but it's also, what do you need? How are you doing? What are you seeing out there? And building that sense of community. So I'm hoping that for other folks out there who might get tired sometimes too, they'll come to understand through this collective storytelling that people have always been resisting. All right, you take your breaks, you rest, you do whatever you need to do, but your contributions are meaningful. They do matter. They are of value, as are you. And when you're ready to get back in, just know you're also connected to all of these people that are sharing and working in different ways. You're connected to that too. You're one of these folks too. And someone sees you in the ways that they might see the folks that are talking here. So just this reminder, sometimes we forget, and the systems of oppression are designed to make us feel helpless and hopeless. Sometimes we forget and we need to be reminded. And I think in hearing this storytelling, I hope it also serves to remind people of a larger whole that they're connected to, a larger history that they're connected to, that is larger than the moments that we might be in, so that they might then get reinvigorated and inspired to come out here, because we need everybody out here who can do it. So I hope as you listen, or if you're viewing the stories, you're listening to them, you gain some inspiration, you find something that allows you to reconnect with why you started in the first place, or you find something that might support you in moving into a different direction, if a shift is what you need in terms of your own contributions and your ability to to pursue justice in your own ways. But wherever you are in all of the hard things that are happening, I just want you to know that these stories are for you too. If you are actively engaged in working for equity and justice wherever you are, please continue to do that. If you need to rest for a while, do so knowing that you are a part of something larger, a larger continuum, as I said, larger history of folks who have been doing whatever they could with what they had. So these stories are for all of us. These stories are for you. Thank you for listening. More to come.